Okay, you know those events, like a wedding, maybe a big family thing where you have to bring your partner
Oh, yeah.
and you're just bracing yourself because you know they're going to act like it's, I don't know, root canal time for 7 straight hours.
Huh. Yeah, like mandatory fun is a personal insult.
Exactly. It's where their commitment to minimum effort meets maximum social pressure.
And things tend to get messy. Explode, even.
Well, today we are diving headfirst into a classic Reddit story. It's legendary, really.
It is.
About a 24-year-old woman, the OOP original poster, who was maid of honor for her best friend. Sounds great, right?
Should be.
But her 31-year-old boyfriend somehow turned this really happy occasion into a masterclass in, well, how not to be a supportive partner. Or an adult, maybe.
Yeah, the internet pretty much labeled him a man-child immediately. And our mission today, figure out how one guy messed up so badly at one event.
We're looking at the original post, the comments, the first update.
Basically, what specific things did he do? Why did he seem hell-bent on sabotaging him? And we'll get into the escape plan she had to pull off afterwards.
It's quite the sequence.
It really is. Not just a bad date story. This is like red flag bingo under extreme pressure. Let's get into it.
Okay, so OOP, 24F, she's maid of honor, super excited, involved for like a year and a half. Planning, helping, the whole deal.
Genuinely happy for her friend.
Totally. And the boyfriend, 31M, he knew all this, knew how important it was.
Right. And this is where it gets weird. Because instead of being supportive just days before the wedding, he starts acting kind of strange.
Like, how strange?
He starts this little campaign trying to convince OOP that she secretly hated every minute of being maid of honor.
Oh, wow. Projection much.
Totally. Like, oh, this is such an annoying chore, isn't it? You must be so glad it'll be over soon.
He's basically trying to make her feel bad for being excited, dragging her down to his level of meh.
Pretty much. Tried to poison the well. And then the kicker, just before the wedding, after the rehearsal day, he asks her if he can just skip the wedding.
No. After she'd RSVP'd for him, paid for him, her parents are expecting him.
Yep. Just wanted to duck out entirely. Like, can I just not go?
Okay, honestly, that might have been my, wait, why are we even together moment.
You'd think.
Yeah.
But it seems she was already kind of managing his stuff.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the time trick.
Yes, the infamous time trick. Explain this.
Okay, background first. He was, and the post says, notoriously late for everything.
Why? What was the excuse?
Usually. Smoking weed, playing video games with his buddies, just, losing track of time. Low accountability zone.
Right. So she needed him there for the ceremony by 4:30 p.m.
Yep. And to make sure he got there, she told him he needed to arrive at 1 p.m.
3.5 hours early.
3.5 hours early. That was her buffer zone. The only way she thought she could guarantee he wouldn't miss the actual important part.
Wow, the sheer effort of having to manage a 31-year-old's punctuality like that.
I know. She's 24, going to grad school, working, and she's having to literally lie about time to her partner. That tells you a lot about the dynamic already, right?
Huge maturity gap flashing right there. So she sets up this elaborate time
A
deception.
valiant effort.
And then we get to the wedding day itself. The carnage begins. How did the time trick work out?
Oh, it failed spectacularly. He showed up.
Let me guess. Late?
Nope. Even better. He showed up exactly at 4:30 p.m.
No, he defeated the 3-hour buffer.
Completely. Arrived precisely at the last possible second for the ceremony. And his first move,
She would say the bar.
beeline, straight for the bar. The post says he started pounding back the beers during cocktail hour.
Not just sipping, pounding.
Yeah.
Okay. He's settling in for a rough one.
Looks like it. Trying to numb the experience, maybe. Anyway, the alcohol starts working its magic fast. He sits down with OP's parents, people you'd normally try to impress.
Right. Good opportunity.
And he leans over to her mom and says, get this. If I didn't come to this thing, OP would have killed me.
He said what? To her mom.
To her mom, making it sound like a horrible obligation and making his girlfriend sound like some kind of tyrant.
That is breathtakingly bad judgment. Wow. Just wow. Masterclass in self-sabotage, truly.
But wait, there's more. The peak public spectacle. When the bride and groom make their entrance.
Yeah. Happy moment. Clapping.
Right. Small wedding, apparently. And he doesn't just clap politely. He loudly cheered and loudly clapped.
Yeah.
Like way over the top.
Oh, no. Drawing attention.
Totally. Making this weird, awkward scene. Clearly already pretty drunk. The post says, multiple people looked over at him in a TF way.
Oh. I can feel the secondhand embarrassment radiating from here, that sinking feeling when your partner just makes a scene.
Yeah, that's often a big turning point, isn't it? When you realize you can't actually trust them to, like, act normal in public.
Definitely. So after that performance, what next?
Photos happen. Then he finds OOP and drops another bomb. Says he has to leave ASA.
Why?
Claims his word cold. He's a bartender. Said they needed him.
But didn't he have the day off? She said he'd assured her.
Exactly. She knew it was a lie. Instantly.
So what does she do? Call him out?
Nope. She was so embarrassed, so mortified by everything else he'd already done. She just let him go. Helped him get an Uber. Watched him leave.
Wow. Just making the problem disappear. That feels significant. Like, maybe that was the beginning of the end right there.
Could be. Because his lies were just so obvious, so flimsy. She gets home way later, like 2 a.m., totally drained from maid of honor duties and, managing this disaster.
And he's there, ready with an explanation.
Oh, he's there. And the excuses start flying. It's almost comical.
Okay, let's hear them. Work didn't actually need him, I assume.
Of course not. That was lie number 1. Lie number 2. He couldn't Uber back to the reception because, wait for it, he forgot the name of the venue.
He forgot the name of the wedding venue that he was just at.
Apparently. Could possibly look it up or, text his girlfriend who was at the venue.
Right.
Lie number 3. His phone was acting weird. Couldn't text her. Couldn't call. Could he use Google Maps, presumably?
It's like an onion of terrible excuses, each layer more unbelievable than the last.
Totally. Just a complete failure to take any responsibility. And she saw right through it. She called his behavior abhorrent.
Strong word.
Yeah. And she said she realized she was always going to be pissed off. That's a huge shift, right? It wasn't, can I forgive this anymore? It was, I need out.
Okay, let's link this back to the man-child thing the commenters jumped on. Why that specific label?
A lot of it boiled down to the age gap, right? He's 31, she's 24.
Okay. 7 years.
But think about when they started dating. She was 20, he was 27. She was maybe still in college. Different priorities.
Right. Makes sense.
But 4 years later, her life had changed dramatically. She's working full-time, starting grad school part-time. She's focused moving forward.
And him?
According to OP, he basically stayed the same. Still hanging out with friends who didn't have jobs, maybe working just enough to get by. Video games, weed, that same routine.
So she's leveling up and he's not.
Exactly. So when she embraces this big adult responsibility, maid of honor, celebrating a marriage, it maybe triggers something in him.
Like fear. Fear of commitment.
That's what the comments suggested. Arrested development. Fear that if she's into weddings, maybe she'll want one next. Maybe she'll expect him to grow up.
So instead of facing that, he sabotages the event, tries to pull her back down.
It kind of looks that way, doesn't it? Destroy the symbol rather than confront the expectation of growth. It wasn't just him being rude, it felt like a deliberate undermining.
Which makes the aftermath, the breakup attempt, make even more sense. She saw this huge difference and tried to end it.
Yep. She tried for a quick, clean break, but he wasn't having it. Refused to accept it was over.
And then
the manipulation tactics kicked in. Hard. It's a classic textbook pattern, actually.
What did that look like?
He started contacting her through any means of communication possible. Texts, calls, DMs, relentless.
Okay. And the content?
It was pure emotional whiplash, swinging wildly back and forth. One minute, he's apologizing profusely, begging, pleading, saying how sorry he was, seemed totally devastated.
Okay, trying the remorse angle.
And boom. The next minute, he's extremely angry, name-calling, saying things like, "You'll never do better than me."
Ugh, that classic line. Trying to tear down her self-worth so she'll stay. Horrible.
Textbook manipulation. Trying to keep her destabilized, confused. And then, cherry on top.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. He tries to erase all the nasty stuff he said. Claims he was drunk when he sent the angry messages, so they didn't count.
Oh, the drunk words are sober thoughts. Unless they're mean, then they don't count. Defense. Got it.
Exactly. And then the absolute peak of audacity. He tells her the person he humiliated at the wedding and then verbally abused that he was willing to forgive me and move on from this mess.
He offered to forgive her for his mess.
Unbelievable, right? As if she was the one who screwed up and needed his gracious forgiveness to fix things.
That is, wow. No wonder she realized she couldn't even safely stay there to sort things out.
Precisely. It wasn't safe. She needed to get out. Immediately. No discussion, just escape.
So the escape plan, how did she pull it off?
It was actually pretty clever. Very strategic. She knew she couldn't do it while he was there.
Right. He'd probably interfere or try to manipulate her more.
Exactly. So she got tactical. She had a friend who worked at the same bar as him
Okay.
and arranged for the friend to call her the second he started his shift.
Smart. So she knew exactly when he wouldn't be home.
Yep. The minute she got that call, she rallied her friends, grabbed boxes, tubs, whatever they could find.
Operation Get Out.
Operation Get Out was a go. They descended on the apartment while he was busy serving drinks. Moved like lightning.
Did she get everything?
She got the important stuff. Clothes, personal items, meaningful things, but because it had to be fast.
Some stuff got left.
Yeah, big stuff. The post mentions a huge TV, the sofa, a couple of other large items, too difficult to move quickly and quietly.
Man. Okay, so she's out, she's safe, but she left expensive stuff behind. And then the lease.
Ah, the lease. The final logistical nightmare. Both their names were on it.
Which means?
Which means, according to the apartment management who were just following the rules, really they needed both signatures plus a fee to take her name off.
And let me guess, he wasn't exactly eager to sign.
Shocking, I know. He refused, dug his heels in.
So she's stuck paying rent for an apartment she can't live in.
Yep, she had to pay March rent, she was couch surfing with friends, and she was facing this awful prospect of maybe having to move an hour away back to her parents' place.
Which would mean quitting her job, a long commute to grad school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A huge financial and life disruption, all because he wouldn't sign a piece of paper after behaving abominably.
The punishment for leaving just kept piling up.
It really did. But the whole thing, from the wedding disaster to the nasty breakup stuff, it just solidified her realization, didn't it?
That the gap was just too big. Her goals, his lack of them, fundamentally incompatible.
Yeah. The relationship had run its course. More than run its course, it had crashed and burned spectacularly.
But here's the part that blows my mind, the part the commenters went nuts over. The timing.
Oh yeah, the timing is everything in this story. It adds this whole other layer.
Okay, remind us, when did this all happen?
The original post about the wedding disaster was late February 2020.
Okay.
The update, where she describes the escape, leaving the stuff, the lease problem, that was early March 2020.
Late February, early March 2020. Oh my God.
The internet hive mind looked at those dates, and the collective reaction was basically, she got out just in the nick of time.
Because if she'd waited even another week, maybe two.
The world shut down. COVID lockdowns hit. Moving would have become exponentially harder, if not impossible, for a while.
Wow. And that worst case scenario she was facing, moving an hour away to her parents' house, the awful commute to grad school,
suddenly became a non-issue. Because grad school, like everything else, went online almost overnight.
So the geographical obstacle just vanished.
Poof, gone. She dodged being locked down, potentially for months, with a guy who handles conflict by getting wasted, calling names, and denying reality.
That is incredibly lucky. Almost feels like the universe gave her a little nudge out the door right before slamming it shut.
It really does. It puts the whole lease struggle and leaving the TV behind into perspective, doesn't it? Yes, that stuff was painful and unfair.
But infinitely better than being trapped 24/7 with him during peak pandemic anxiety.
Absolutely. She avoided a potentially catastrophic situation for her mental and emotional well-being.
So the big takeaway here, maybe it's that if you find yourself needing complex strategies like lying about time just to get your partner to show up.
Or if they try to convince you that your happiness or achievements are actually some kind of burden.
Yeah, maybe you're dating someone whose comfort zone depends on you not growing.
Right. Forget the label man-child. Look at the actions, the constant excuses, the inability to take responsibility, the hot and cold manipulation, the sabotage of your important moments. Those are the real flashing red lights.
Definitely. And as we wrap this up, that final detail, she's out, but she's still tangled in that lease as the world is locking down. The logistics must have been insane.
You wonder if his refusal to sign, maybe even, weirdly, helped her by preventing any possibility of having to temporarily move back in during the initial chaos. We'll never know that part.
But the thought I want to leave you with is this. She left that huge TV behind.
Yeah.
He's now locked down in that apartment, presumably with his video games and not much else to do. Do you think he ever watched anything on that giant screen? Besides maybe his own reflection.
Ooh, deep. Something to ponder indeed.
Chew on that while you double-check your partner isn't secretly trying to anchor you to their level.
Until next time.
Bye, everyone.